Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Batman Cowl helmet display set here. This is set number 76182. It has 410 pieces and I paid $29 for this set. Now I won this set in an auction and I was pretty happy to get it at the price that I did. This set is retired, I believe. This may be one of the earlier helmet type displays that they did. I know they did an Iron Man one a while back, and I know they've done this one, which is only 410 pieces, and they did another Batman cowl for the Adam West TV show Batman, which I think has a similar piece count, or maybe the same piece count, which I am interested in getting, but I thought at retail some of these were a little bit expensive, even though they are, like, the helmet displays can have a premium, but for only 410 pieces I was a little bit about it. But now that I got it for only $29, that's pretty great. And this is sealed as far as I know. The box isn't in perfect condition, but that doesn't bother me because I'm going to put this together. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to build this set, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Batman Cowl helmet display set, I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks for watching, and then to remind you that if you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like, and if you like my other videos, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. All that stuff helps me a lot, helps my videos reach new audiences, helps my channel grow, so I'm just really grateful for how much it's grown so far, and I'm having a great time, so I'm going to continue to do this for as long as I can, and I'm so thankful that people watch and comment and like and subscribe and all that stuff. So thank you very much. And now back to the rest of the build for this Lego Batman Cowl helmet display set, and then onto my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Batman helmet display set. This is pretty interesting. I actually liked it more than I thought I would. I did have some not suspicions, but I was curious about how some of this was done and how some of this was going to turn out, but I do really like a lot of the dimensionality of this, or the depth of certain things, and it's different than several other helmet displays that I've done. I think the other Batman one has a similar one, just by the very nature of the Batman cowl having kind of an opening for the mouth and everything, so it's not a full-on helmet like some of the Star Wars ones or even Star-Lord or Iron Man. So I guess Red 5, the Luke Skywalker pilot helmet, kind of has a little bit of that, but that's even a little bit different because then that doesn't have, it just has kind of goggles over the eyes and kind of more built out around it. So this is pretty interesting. Some of it reminded me a little bit of the Venom one, but also kind of unique in its own right. And again, I don't know when exactly this came out in relation to some of the other helmets. I think maybe Lego and the designers have kind of figured out different ways on how to do certain things with these over time. So if this was one of the earlier helmets that came out, or helmet displays or cowl displays that came out, it makes sense that some of it's a little bit different than some of the more modern ones, like the helmets the Star Wars helmets that came out this year, and the Star-Lord helmet that came out not too long ago. So this is pretty good, and there's kind of a lot to look at, but we'll start kind of just going over it here. The base is very similar to many of the other ones, Star Wars ones. We do get a nice printed thing here with the Batman logo, says Batman, whatever, so it's a nice printed tile there. Got the nice slopes around here. Interestingly, we have some of these corner tile pieces here. It's a little bit difficult to see, and then some translucent cheese slopes here, but on the corner, let me just pop one off, because I did have an issue with these coming off consistently while building, and it's part of now I can't get one off for the life of me here. There we go. It seems I lost one of the slopes. So it has these corner triangle tiles and the like dark translucent or translucent black, translucent brown, dark clear slopes around the base, and I had an issue with those continuing to pop off as I was pressing down everything, but that's just a little bit of detail stuff around here. I think like some of these Star Wars ones use another kind of slope up here, and I'm not sure exactly why they didn't do that, potentially because this one big piece comes down a little farther, but I think like above these slopes that are somewhat gradual, they have another slope that is a little more steep going up the base. So this one doesn't have that. This one has these kind of bigger panels here that are the dark clear, or the translucent brown, translucent black, kind of all the way around. Inside of that, you can kind of see it. There's some Technic beams there to give it some more structure. Then they just use a ton of snot bricks, and one big plate that's kind of on some Technic bits here, and then a big plate there, and then kind of a lot of just studs not on top builds, or studs on these side pieces, kind of all the way around. And at first you kind of build up like a flat thing here that is pretty much flush with this kind of surface here. So it felt like I was a little bit concerned, frankly, about how they were going to get the dimensionality of the face, getting the depth of the face and the curves of the face, because it just was flat there at the front. And then you start building the top, which is just some big plates on top of plates, kind of getting a lot of exposed studs up here, but trying to get some of that roundness that they have in some of the Star Wars stuff. So a little bit of that up here. After you do the top, you do the back, and again, look at all those studs. So a lot of stuff back here. It's not like super tiled out. It's very plate based. There's a lot of bigger plates in here, just a few tiles and a few slopes. It doesn't bother me too much. I mean, the back of a Batman cowl is usually just black, and the back of a head, so I don't expect too much. I think I don't know if they would do it differently now or not, or if they would still kind of do these descending kind of pyramid almost steps of plates here, and that worked all right. So the back is pretty basic, and then we move on to the sides, and the sides I actually really liked. Again, there's some bigger plates in here, some bigger stuff, but then we do have some nice tiles and slopes here, an exonite shield there, some nice kind of curves and stuff up here, and then the big pieces for the ears, and they also have the piece inside here for the bat ears, and both of the sides are identical, just mirrored. So this side is very much the same. Not too crazy. Everything's pretty straightforward as far as the back, the side, the top, or both sides, the top and the back. I think building the core element was like a little interesting, nothing too challenging. Some little finicky bits. Kind of at the front, and then the last bag of pieces essentially is just for building out the face. So you start by putting some just black tiles back there, then this like kind of dark translucent slopes back there, and then you add this big kind of canopy piece or something that is a dark translucent. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with where this canopy piece originates from, or if that is specifically for this set. I don't imagine it would be for this set, but it's a very large piece, at least 6 studs wide, and I don't know, 10 studs long or something at its longest, something like that. It's pretty substantial. So you get that there, and then you kind of start adding in these different layers, and you add in kind of the cheekbone areas, then you add the eyes. And I was really interested because the eyes were set back a somewhat significant amount, and I was like, okay, that makes sense, but how are we going to do the nose? How are we going to do the brow? And I really liked how they did it, so I can kind of move some of these. The brow is on some hinges and using some other hinge pieces. Let me pop this out. So first you kind of build the eyes and everything, and it looks like this, and I'm like, wow, how that looks really incomplete. How are they going to close this up? And there wasn't that many pieces in the third bag, so I was really interested. And you build the nose with some slopey pieces here, angled pieces, and that's on a hinge, so it connects right there, kind of in the lower nose, and then this can get pressed in here. So that already adds a ton of depth because it's sticking out a bit ways, but about matching up with the mouth, but a good bit out from the eyes, and it sits back in, so you get this really nice point, and then this extends even farther out because of that overhang, which I really liked. And then they left open some spots here, which then you build the eyebrows on, or the brow on. So we have this interesting kind of sub-assembly. These are hinged here when you put this together, and they're also on these kind of hinge pieces there, and so that just slots in and can be studded down. And I did it upside down here, so get that in there. Rounds out this pretty nicely, covers up any undesirable colors there, any red or yellow or anything that sticks out. And then the brows kind of close in at a really nice angle. There's not a lot of gaps in here or anything like that. And I like how the brow kind of sticks out, not quite as far as the nose, but this angle is really good, and the change of angle is really good. So I actually think the profile of this is better than I thought. Once you build kind of the whole front of that, then you add in these side bits, which again was something I wasn't exactly sure how they were going to do. It's a pretty simple sub-assembly build with it only attaches to a few studs, but you do have these kind of cut out slope pieces that fit right around the eyes, which is really nice, which helps give it some curvature and a little more character and a little more shapely kind of eye piece there, to really get kind of almost the triangle-ish eyes instead of just like a rectangle, which they could look weirdly rectangular if it didn't have even this little bit or the brows. So both the brows do most of the work there, in the nose, the bridge of the nose, but these help a little bit for the side as well. And so those fit right in place, and then you build kind of the chin piece here. And Batman's sometimes known for having a strong chin because this is a bat cowl. The mouth would be exposed here, and this would go around the chin and maybe on down to the neck, depending on which Batman this is exactly made after. So this can be positioned a little bit here. It's on some of those single stud pieces with the bar coming off of it there, so a modified 1x1 plate essentially that is rounded. And then we have a clip there, couple clips and bars here, clips and bars here, and this was kind of interesting as well because I wasn't sure how complete it was going to feel, but they used a lot of small pieces, some nice angles in there that make this feel okay for like a chin strap for a bat suit. And when it was done, I was actually pretty impressed. It's been a while since I've built one of these helmets. I think the last one I did was Venom, I ended up liking that one, and I was almost gonna buy the Carnage one, and I've almost bought this one in the past, and I've almost bought like the television version, I think the Adam West version of the Cowl as well, and I think this is pretty good. So it's not terribly challenging, but it's a nice looking display. I think it will go well next to other displays and kind of my Batman collection of stuff, which is nice. And so that's pretty good. It is, all black, which is good for Batman, but that could mean there's not a ton of diverse different pieces in here. But like there are some good stuff, like this big canopy panel slope in the translucent there, which is nice. And overall, I just think it's pretty good. I tend to enjoy these helmet displays, so I don't know if they're going to continue doing them. I thought there was maybe a rumor that for Star Wars they were going to stop the helmet displays and then just do kind of more of those MIDI scale display sets like the Super Star Destroyer, because I think there's like a MIDI scale Millennium Falcon and a MIDI scale like Tantive 4 or whatever coming out, which may be taking place instead of the helmets as far as like an adult oriented, display oriented type set. And I don't know if that's true for superheroes or for Marvel or for DC or not. I don't know for what other heroes in like Batman universe that they would do. Riddler, Joker, Bane, depending on what the source material is, might not have something that lends itself to this form as much. And I think a Mr. Freeze helmet display could be really cool. Or, it depends a little bit. So I don't know if they're going to continue for these. I think there's, like I said, another Batman one from a different TV show, which would the 60s TV show, I think, so it would have different colors maybe and a little different styling. And then I think as far as superhero goes, we have Star-Lord, which I've built. They have Iron Man, and I'm not sure how many other ones they have, so I'll have to look into that. If you know what helmets are out there for as far as superheroes goes, please leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the helmets, or whether or not you think they should continue to make them, be it for Star Wars or for other properties as well, or if you're more excited about the kind of MIDI scale stuff. I really liked the Superstar Destroyer MIDI scale thing, but I really like helmets too, so I would be kind of comfortable if they would kind of do both. But either way, I ended up really liking this. So this is 410 pieces, and I paid $29 for this, plus a little bit of shipping, which I think was like $8. So that brings me to 37. So we're getting closer to the price per piece count there. I normally don't include shipping because if I buy something in the aftermarket, it's going to have shipping, but I just kind of do my base price. If I get something from lego.com, for the most part I'm ordering a lot of stuff, so I get free shipping, but for reselling in the aftermarket on various sites, I tend to have to pay. So there's a little bit of shipping on here. $29 for this set is a great price. Even with the shipping, we'll call it $37. I think that's a good price too. I don't know what these go for. Like if I found this in a store, this is retired, I believe. So I would have anticipated to be spending more like $50 to $60 for this. And I think I've seen these Batman helmets retail for roughly $60. So I think I got a really good deal for this. And that's very nice. So yeah, I think I just kind of checked. I think this retailed for $60 for 410 pieces. That seemed a little bit much for me, so I felt like I got a really good deal, especially considered it was sealed and it was a retired product. I think the classic TV series has even less pieces. It's in like the 300, maybe 370 amount, just because the nature of that set. And I think that one retailed for around $60 or $50 too, which also felt like a little much, but the helmets kind of have a premium on them, generally speaking. I ended up really liking this. I'm glad I got it for the price I did. $29 is a great price. Even $37 is a great price. $40 would probably be a great price too. So I felt like I got a really good deal, and this is going to go nicely in my helmet collection. So that's really great, and I like it. I'll show the extra pieces here. You only get a few. So we get a couple slopes, slope with a dark translucent, a yellow stud, a pin, and a rounded tile there. So just 5 extra pieces, and yeah, overall I'm very happy with this. I think I got a great deal, so I can't complain about that. Another helmet to add to the collection, and I've been kind of on a roll with Batman sets, which has been really fun for me. So this was a great, another great addition to that. So I really like it. If you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like my other videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including potentially more helmet displays, more Batman sets, DC sets, superhero sets, and then just tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, and piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. And if you want to support my channel and support my videos, the best way to do that is over at the Sobrix Patreon. You can find it linked in the description, linked in the channel page, and it's patreon.com/Sobrix. Over there you can join for as little as $2 a month, get access to all my videos early before they're on YouTube, get access to some exclusive videos, like videos for bigger sets, like Ninjago City Gardens and modular buildings, and eventually Rivendell and other stuff like that. And you also get your name at the end of my videos as a shout out, and I'm working on a bunch of other stuff for the Patreon, so maybe consider checking that out. Every little bit helps, and it is appreciated, so thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.